If you're in the market for the Thrustmaster eSwap X Pro, thinking this fully modular Pro gamepad might be your next best gaming companion, you're in the right place. But here's what surprised me. The more I dug into this $159.99 controller, the more I realized it's not as flawless as the sleek design and esports branding would have you believe. Instead of the seamless pro-level performance promised, I found a mixed bag of perks and problems that every potential buyer needs to know before diving in. So, if you want to avoid buyer's remorse, stick around because this review uncovers everything from the modular magic to the frustrating flaws that Thrustmaster's eSwap X Pro hides under its glossy exterior. Let's start with who this controller is actually for. The eSwap X Pro targets serious gamers, esports enthusiasts, and competitive players who crave that precise edge. It's a $160 investment promising customization on the fly, with interchangeable modules like mini-stick caps, grip modules, triggers, and a 4-directional D-pad, all designed for personalized fit and function. The little TMOD technology that allows hot swapping modules mid-game is a standout feature that theoretically sounds like a game changer. But theory and practice, as you'll soon discover, don't always line up. First things first, this controller impresses with its build quality. It's sturdy, and the NXG mini-sticks do deliver on enhanced precision with noticeably longer lifespans compared to standard sticks. For players who hate wearing down their controllers after weeks of intense matches, that's a big plus. Gone are the days of thumbstick drift making you rage quit. At least that's what you hope for. But here's a quick question. Is precision alone enough to justify this price point? Spoiler alert, it's complicated. The modular design is the crown jewel of the eSwap X Pro. Imagine being able to customize your controller's feel and response at any moment by swapping out modules instantly. No reboot, no pause. That's exactly what TMOD tech enables, and it's rare to see such flexibility built into a pro-level device. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for gaming. And this is a big but, it's not all smooth swapping and match-made-in-heaven convenience. Users frequently report the modules feeling loose or misaligned after repeated swapping, which compromises gameplay rather than improving it. One user compared it to trying to build IKEA furniture while the screws keep slipping. Hilarious, but also kind of a nightmare when you're mid-match. Now, onto the triggers. Thrustmaster touts physical locking for the triggers with direct remapping on the rear buttons for lightning-fast reflexes. In practice, this means you can customize that feel for games demanding rapid fire or precision shot. I did find the trigger feel satisfying, clicky and responsive, without the mushiness found on cheaper gamepads. However, a recurrent complaint I stumbled upon in the reviews was the durability over time. Several buyers have mentioned their triggers becoming stiff or unresponsive after a few months, which is concerning given it's a premium product. So if you plan on smashing those buttons in every game session, tread carefully. The $159.99 price tag feels like a defining factor here. Is the value aligned with what you're paying? The rating of 3.5 stars on Amazon reflects just that. Half of the users are either skeptical or disappointed. Now, I'm not here to bash the controller completely. In fact, the value it offers customization-wise remains high. But one could argue that Thrustmaster might be charging esports-level prices for a mid-tier experience due to some inconsistencies. How often do you get to pay pro prices but only get semi-pro benefits? Probably too often in gaming gear. I promised you honesty, and part of that honesty is this. If you're a casual gamer or someone who plays mainly single-player story-driven titles, this controller might be overkill. In fact, it might frustrate you. The advanced features like hot swapping modules are designed for competitive play styles demanding maximum adaptability. It's like buying a race car for your daily trip to the grocery store. Fun, yes, practical, not always, but let's keep it light. Here's a joke for you. Why did the gamer bring a ladder to his eSwap X Pro review? Because he heard the controls were next level, but he wasn't sure if the price was worth the climb. Okay, back to business. One overlooked element that stood out during my testing was the software integration, or lack thereof. Unlike other high-end controllers which sync neatly with custom macros and profiles via a dedicated app, the eSwap X Pro's software feels rudimentary. You get basic remapping, but the user interface is clunky and doesn't offer deep customization options. For a controller aiming at the esports crowd, this software limitation feels like leaving the last boss fight unwinnable. You want control over every nuance, but sometimes you get a good enough experience instead. Another pop-up reality is the controller's ergonomics. For a device marketed as professional grade, comfort is king. Here, the eSwap X Pro has mixed reviews again. The interchangeable grip modules are a nice touch to tailor hand placement, but some users have reported hand cramps during long sessions, especially if you use the smaller grip modules. At first, it seemed just like me needing to stretch, but after multiple reviewers mentioned the same, I wondered if modular was being prioritized over natural comfort. Gaming for hours should never feel like you're gripped by a vice, right? On the bright side, the box contents add value. You get a screwdriver for easy module removals, a small storage bag for the accessories, and additional mini-stick caps to further tweak your experience. It's nice that Thrustmaster didn't skimp on the extras. Often, it's these small details that keep a gamer loyal. The quick start guide and warranty info are also there, which shows Thrustmaster's commitment to support, an important factor if you want peace of mind on such an investment. Since we're blending good with bad, here's joke number 2. Why did the eSwap X Pro go to therapy? Because it had too many issues with swapping partners. Not to worry though, the issues are mostly fixable with care and patience. But it's an important reminder, this modular fun comes with caveats. Now, you might be wondering, is there a way to make this work for you despite the bumps? Absolutely. If you're a gamer who loves tweaking your gear and don't mind taking a moment mid-game to tinker, this controller's hot swap feature and precision may well be worth the $160 risk. The high-precision mini-sticks and responsive buttons can elevate gameplay and may give you that edge in competitive matches. Just be ready to address some quirks: inconsistent module fit, occasional stiffness in triggers, and a bit of a software learning curve. Still not convinced? Here's a little twist. The eSwap X Pro shines in multiplayer settings where quick adaptability matters most. Imagine switching between an FPS grip to a racing setup on the fly. This level of personalization really plays well for gamers who juggle genres. But if you're stuck playing just one game style or genre, the modularity might just collect dust like an old tech gadget. It's the Swiss Army knife that can do everything, if you need all those tools. Before we wrap it up, let me drop a quick third joke. Why did the controller break up with the console? It said, "I can't handle the pressure. I'm built for swapping, not for snapping." Bottom line. eSwap X Pro thrives on flexibility, but sometimes falters under pressure. So, what's the final verdict? The Thrustmaster eSwap X Pro is a bold step into the future of modular esports controllers that tries to do a bit of everything. Superior precision, personalized grip, and ultra-customizable controls. However, the reality is a little less glamorous, with recurring issues in module stability, trigger durability, and software polish that hold it back from being a slam dunk. Still, if you're an esports competitor or a hardcore gamer ready to invest in a personalized experience and willing to troubleshoot some quirks, this gamepad offers significant benefits that could tip the scales in your favor. If you're curious and ready to explore what this modular powerhouse can do for you, check the latest price on Amazon. Prices can change rapidly, so it's best to act fast if you decide this is the pro controller for your gaming ambitions. Link is in the description below. Let me leave you on a high note. Despite its flaws, Thrustmaster has definitely created an innovative product in the eSwap X Pro. It pushes boundaries on customization and precision, providing a playground for gamers who love control and versatility. Yes, it's not perfect. No, it won't be for everyone. But if you value modularity and are ready to tweak your setup until it feels just right, this controller could become your secret weapon. Remember, in gaming, every advantage counts. And with the eSwap X Pro, you might just unlock yours.